Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Double Play CLE. And is that a pop chart behind you?
Oh, I don't see any Pop Tarts behind me.
Oh,
Just my window. Just my window.
Green screen is your best friend, isn't it, Jay?
I know I'm like half ghost apparently. Look at my arm. Ooh.
For those of you listening on the various podcast platforms, including Apple, Google, and Spotify, we thank you, and we hope you'll check out the YouTube video on this as well. I'm Paul, he's Jay. This, of course, Double Play CLE, our rousing return last week. Had a lot of fun, thought we'd do it again. And the Pop-Tarts startled you, apparently.
Well, you got me scared, making me think there's things behind me now. Ask me if there's a Pop Tart behind me.
Paranoia is not a good look for you.
This is just the best flavor Pop Tart. And Yo Paulie told me I need a background. So I got a background.
I suggested that a background would be nice. It looks fresh, I guess is the best way to put it.
I think a wild berry Pop Tart represents me very well.
Oh my God.
Oh shoot, what's that word? What's the word when you get a character in a show? I relate to it.
Ah, yes.
I relate.
You relate to a wild berry Pop Tart.
Correct.
Well played. All right.
The purple is all my sadness, and the blue is my little bit of happiness in my life.
What the hell?
The two blue lines represent my two children that I have. There we go. Is that better?
So much better. Oh my God.
I think those are two lines. It could just be one, I suppose.
It's two lines. There's two different drizzles. To those of you who have stuck with us through this Pop-Tart discussion, World Baseball Classic came to an end last week, and it came down to USA versus Japan, and we got the final at-bat that we all wanted, Shohei Ohtani versus Mike Trout, and Mike Trout strikes out. Swinging. Yikes. Did that just kill Mike Trout's value in the biggest moment perhaps of his entire career as a baseball player? He struck out swinging.
Yeah, he struck out swinging. That's his how many times has he struck out swinging?
I'm glad you asked that, because Mike Trout has had 3 swinging strikes in only 24 of his 6,174 career MLB plate appearances.
Okay, so
I'm not going to deny that is impressive. What I will deny is the fact that when it comes to the postseason, and granted, Mike Trout has a very, very small sample size, he's only got 2 hits.
So what you're telling me is that Mike Trout doesn't strike out very often.
But he did to Shohei Ohtani, his teammate.
And Mike Trout doesn't strike out swinging very often.
That's true.
So what you're telling me is in the most critical moment of his career, he struck out to somebody he plays baseball with every day. Yeah, well, I don't think that hurts him too much. It sucks as I was rooting for Team USA. I mean, I was rooting for anyone. I was rooting for the game of baseball. It seemed to be pretty good, bringing a lot of people that don't normally pay attention to baseball, so on and so forth. But no, I don't think that hurts his value. And that's coming from a Mike Trout. I wouldn't say hater. I'm not a Mike Trout hater, but I don't think he's the god that everyone else thinks he is. But no, I mean, if he would have struck out to somebody else, maybe. I don't think this hurts anyone at all, except for Edwin Diaz, Jose Altuve, a couple of them. But no, I don't. It does it to you?
So I appreciate the fact that he struck out on three 100 plus mile an hour pitches, either 100, 101. I think the final one may have even hit 102. It was nuts. Shohei Ohtani was throwing absolute gas to end that game, and he did record the save for Team Japan. Look, I've never been a fan of Mike Trout. I think he's overhyped, and I don't think he has. What's the best way to put it? I don't think he has the clutch factor that people think he has. And I think we're going to see that. I don't know if it's it. I think he has it because he's a great baseball player. But when the pressure is mounting and the game is on the line, he just doesn't have that. He doesn't.
How many times have you given him the chance to even prove that?
That's a fair point. And maybe the New York Yankees can try to go get him and make this thing
That's
happen.
fine. That's fine. They can
Mets.
have Trout. They can have Trout because we want Ohtani.
I don't want Ohtani anywhere near this team.
I do for
I can't afford
100,000
him.
a year. 100,000 a year.
Dude, you're gonna have to pay that man $700 million.
Listen, he has Jose in his ear who's like, listen, I took a cut, you take a cut, we both go win 5 rings in 6 years. I mean, very doable.
What? How is that doable? Ohtani is going to set the market for pitchers and hitters in the same market. It's absolutely unheard of.
Well,
That's why I argue the fact that as great as Aaron Judge was at tying and then breaking the American League home run record at 62 last year, he was not the MVP. The MVP of professional baseball was Shohei Ohtani. And until Aaron Judge hits 75, 80 home runs, nobody's going to tell me otherwise.
now he's going to hit 75, 80 home runs.
I hope he does. I hope he hits 90. And then they'll check him for steroids every single day.
Arson Judge.
I mean, realistically, do you think that this performance for Mike Trout, where he had one hit in 15 plate appearances in the WBC, do you think that affects his value in Major League Baseball? And by the way, he has already re-upped and confirmed that he will be back for Team USA for the 2026 World Baseball Classic.
Oh, what's that? 3 years from that? Was it every 3 years?
Every 3, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a weird number.
Yes, it is. But you also want to get the best stars, and you're seeing that every 3 years you get a new set of big name stars that evolve. So the 3 years as opposed to that 4th year. Plus, they don't want it to be like the Olympics. They do, but they don't.
I don't know. That is pretty low for him. Normal that is normal, huh? But I mean, that's not true. You said one hit for 15 plate appearances. Where? In what game?
I should have known you would ask me that. I just looked that up. Let me see if I can find it again here.
And what, that was in one game? He had 15 plate appearances?
No. That's for the entire World Baseball Classic.
That's not true, because didn't he have a home run?
Yeah, that was the hit.
No. What? That is not true. He only had one hit and 15 plate appearances. See, this is why I need the iPad, because I can't look anything up because I'm using my phone.
That's what I've got in front of me here. Not an iPad, because that's Apple.
No, because the one game against, who was it? Colombia. Didn't he have 2? Maybe that was like a sacrifice or something like that. I could have swore he had 2 hits just in that one game, because he hit a home run, and then I'm just going to assume you're right since it's not lying to you. That's crazy. I didn't know that, to be honest. But I mean, no, I don't think so.
It would be easier if I could find these stats easier.
He could have just not. Well, it's not. ESPN doesn't have him. I still got some onion rings left. I don't think so. Like I said, he could have just not played. And would that have hurt or helped his value?
Well, to be fair, you've had a lot of the quote unquote stars of the game say that it's unfair and unrealistic that the true mega stars aren't part of the World Baseball Classic, and there's no good reason not to be a part of this. The counter argument to that, of course, would be Edwin Diaz, who is currently sitting at home playing Timmy trumpets.
I mean, Edwin Diaz and Jose Altuve, are those not mega stars of the game?
I'm not saying they aren't.
Didn't Yordan Alvarez play too?
I think so, yes.
I'm pretty sure he did. That our Araldo guy, I don't know, I always mess up his name. It's Araldo or whatever, Arnaldo. Who am I saying? He's like one of
Nolan Arenado.
Yes, that guy. I would say I always just what is Aaron Judge?
Right field, left field. He's an outfielder in general.
Is he just American?
Yes, Team USA.
Oh, okay. So,
and you have to imagine what that would
Team
USA would have looked like. No, he was not part of the World Baseball Classic.
Okay, I obviously knew that because I didn't hear his name at all, and Lord knows, even if he went 0-15, you would have heard about him. So,
and respect to Cedric Mullins of the Baltimore Orioles, who was part of Team USA. I like Cedric Mullins. I think he's a great player. He is not Aaron Judge.
I know you like Ahmed went out and played. Like you said, Jose didn't play, right?
Jose was not part of it. No.
Why didn't Jose play?
I'm not sure. A lot of this has been quietly announced to us. We haven't gotten a whole lot of explanation. I know at one point
they sent Jose a letter asking if he wanted to play in the WBC, and he wrote it back saying, "Me no speaking English."
Good God,
Jose. I know Jose. I know you, Jose.
One name that comes up, and I think this was where they were talking about, was Clayton Kershaw. Team USA, he had talked about joining Team USA for that, and instead sat out the World Baseball Classic. You have to imagine
who are our pitchers?
The pitching staff for World Baseball Classic
for USA. I can't imagine. I don't remember hearing any crazy names. Did Bieber go?
No. In fact, Bieber just had his final tune-up before opening day on March the 30th against the Seattle Mariners.
Nice. We can't go to that anymore. It's sold out.
No, I'm talking about the one in Seattle on March the 30th.
Yeah.
Ours is on April the 7th.
We can't go to that one either.
No, we can't. Some names, just looking at the list here: Miles Michaelis of the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's see.
Wainwright.
Adam
Wainwright.
Wainwright.
Himself.
Devin Williams was I try to stay away from saying Devin Williams is the reliever from the Milwaukee Brewers who injured himself during the run up to the postseason, punched a wall, and had to miss the rest of the postseason because of his just incredible stupidity.
Was that Devin Williams?
That was Devin Williams.
I thought that. Okay.
And I think where you get to this is Merrill Kelly was one of the starters for Team USA. Again,
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly.
I don't know who none of them are, to be fair.
But that could have been a spot for Clayton Kershaw, a Shane
That's what
Bieber,
I was going to say.
A Tristan McKenzie, Cal Quantrill even.
Tristan McKenzie went out the game today in the first inning
for precautionary reasons.
Yeah, they say that. Don't lie to me either, Tristan. I know every single one of you, and I'll call you personally. And I know it was you left because you started giving up shit in the very first freaking inning, dude. What is it? What is it about Tristan, Paul?
He's streaky. He's very streaky.
No.
If you get him in the first inning, you're in trouble because you'll get him. But if he gets past the first inning, he will mow you down.
If you get him in the first inning, we're in trouble. For precautionary right arm tightness. I don't think so, buddy. You ain't fooling nobody out here. Not back home. You might be fooling them out there, but you ain't fooling me. I don't know why Tito's letting you get away with that crap. It's spring training. In all seriousness, it must have been right arm tightness because it's spring training, and if you dealt with that, he should have been stuck out there to deal with it. But if he really was feeling it, then yeah, I'd rather him not get hurt. So
I'd rather he play Friday than the rest of the spring training. Saw this lineup list. I thought you'd be amused by it. The top 10 lineups according to MLB.com coming out of spring training. Would you like to take a guess on the teams that are on the list, or would you like me to just read it off to you?
the top 10, what?
Top 10 opening day lineups.
What is it? Just the opening day lineup,
Just
so
the
not
opening-
the team.
Like the projected opening day lineup. Who's going to be your starting 9 on March 30th?
I could probably tell you the top 5.
Okay,
Okay.
go for it.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to know them all. Well, it's who made the list?
MLB.com.
Oh, not ESPN.
No.
Okay, so the Yankees are second.
No, but the Yankees are on the list. They are 7th.
They are what?
7th.
Okay. I didn't realize MLB.com was actually that honest.
Yeah, this list is
That's
going to
what-
shock a few people.
That's why I asked you who wrote it. Because if ESPN writes it, it's Yankees no matter what.
Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers,
So-
Giants.
So is Houston number 1?
Houston is number 1.
Okay, the Rangers are in top 5.
The Rangers are not on the top 10.
What? No way. I just thought they let out a list a little bit ago for the top. What they do? The players. They did all of them.
Mhm.
Was it 175?
Top 100. Yep, top 100
100?
in MLB
There's
today.
a-
They do it every year.
There's a lot of Rangers in that top 20. Holy
Yeah.
baloney, there's a lot of Rangers in that top 20. Okay, go ahead. I don't know.
So-
Go ahead. You list them off.
The list is number 1, Houston. Number 2, San Diego. Number 3, Toronto. Number 4, St. Louis. Number 5, Atlanta. Number 6, the Mets. Number 7, the Yankees. Number 8, the Phillies. Number 9, the Dodgers. And coming in at number 10, your Cleveland Guardians.
10.
So first and foremost, what is the biggest surprise on that top 10 for you?
Easily St. Louis has to be.
Being in the top 5?
Being on that list at all.
I mean, you're talking about Paul Goldschmidt
Cat over
and
there.
Nolan
That's all they
Arenado.
have. That's all they have. Injured Adam Wainwright. What the hell else do they have on that team? I mean, what am I missing? I like St. Louis, but what the hell am I missing here?
Well, let me double check something here because I know
Paul goes, man, I think I know baseball, but I have to even look this up because I don't know either.
I
I'm
admit,
surprised. I'm surprised they have us on there at
holy
10.
crap. The Astros beat the Cardinals on Sunday.
Yeah,
In spring training.
24-1.
24. How do you win 24-1? Why did we not just mercy rule that sumbitch? Holy
Yeah,
hell.
and you're gonna tell me that's the 4th best team?
Apparently.
No, absolutely no way. Who Nolan Arenado's on? Excuse me, this pop makes me burp. Is on the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Who did he play for them last year? I don't even know who that is.
Yes, he did.
This is the WBC is the first time I've really started hearing his name. I don't even really know who he is.
And that's fair. Nolan Arenado was a former Colorado Rocky, had a, for lack of better term, rocky ending in Colorado, signed with St. Louis, and has been their third baseman. All right, let's look at what they got here. Wilson Contreras, the former Chicago Cub. That's definitely a huge step up from Yadi Molina. Tommy Edman, very solid utility type player. I don't want to call him that because whenever you think of the utility, the guy who can play just about anything, people kind of have a negative stereotype towards that. But he's a solid hitter. He can get on base like there's no tomorrow.
I don't think that's. I mean, I think you're right with that statement, but I still think you say it because I think a utility player is, especially a good utility player, is very hard to find. Very, very hard to find.
Lars Nootbaar, who you might know from the World
Ah,
Baseball Classic
yes,
champion
Lars.
Japan.
Hands off
Tyler
my
O'Neill
Lars.
in left field. It's not a
I'm gonna be
bad team.
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know any of these names.
And maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the thing that is going to get this team.
No, that's our thing.
No,
That's our thing.
it's everybody's thing. Everybody's just trying to make a buck real quickly. And somehow or another, that team is scheduled to be the fourth best opening day lineup. I agree that Wilson Contreras, that is a
No good
huge
for
step
them.
up at catcher for them and a great successor to Yadi Molina. There's some pieces there that,
Oh yeah, they lost him too. I don't know. I think they might. I think they might fall in those power rankings, but whatever.
okay, but then you look at the rest of the NL Central and you're talking about the Cubs, who are still trying to figure themselves out. You talk about the Brewers, who are the perennial.
This wasn't a ranking of NL or AL. These were the 10 best teams in the MLB, correct?
Right, but you could argue that with there being 6 divisions, the top from each division should be in there. And that's the case.
Not really.
The
You're
only
ranking the 10
division,
best teams in the MLB. You rank the 10 best teams in the MLB.
well, just looking at it though, the AL East has 3 teams, the Blue Jays, or sorry, 2 teams, the Blue Jays and the Yankees. The NL East has 3 teams, the Phillies, the Mets, and the Braves. The AL Central has 1 team, that's us. The NL West has 2 teams, the Dodgers and the Padres.
I'm surprised we're on there. People are still counting us out,
I
which I
don't think they are.
love to see. They
I really
are.
don't. I really don't think they are.
Every
The average
everywhere
fan
you
might
look.
be.
Okay, well that's what I don't know who else we're talking about here. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the people who are going to be playing against us. They're not underestimating us anymore. This team is
Oh,
projected to be a good
baloney.
team.
No, it's not. We're not projected to be a good team.
We added Josh Bell.
Dude, I'm pretty sure, and I can't quote you, but I'm pretty sure you were just ragging on Josh Bell last year. Who did he play for last year? Was it San Diego at
San
the end?
Diego. He was part of the
Yeah,
trade that sent Juan Soto to San Diego from Washington.
yeah, and he flustered ever since then. I don't know. He's looked great in spring training. I'm always on the boat. I'm always on the boat. I don't care who the player is. I don't care if I hate them, unless they're like a POS for like outside reasons. Deshaun Watson. But like, if you send someone to my team to make them better, or like to make my team better, and they're here for it. I'm always gonna open them with welcome arms, aka Javadian Clowney. Obviously not anymore because that dude ended terribly, but I was always on his side because he was always big to come to the Browns and make them better. So yeah, I mean, I hope he comes here and cracks 50 home runs this season. I would love to see it. And the dude's, where's he going to play? First base. So where's that pushing Naylor to?
I think Naylor's going to spend some time
The
between
outfield?
first and the outfield.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true, huh? Because we like, and I personally their toes, and you don't know who they're throwing against every single night.
I'm really eager to see if our rotation can maintain and reach the next level. I think you were in discussion with Papa Kev on social media about Zach Plesac. We all want Zach Plesac to succeed.
Players on my team to succeed.
Fair, but I mean, I really, really, really want Zach Plesac to succeed because he has very little trade value. I got to
You're
get my
just
money's worth out of
selfish.
this guy. I mean, you're looking at a starting 3 right now in our rotation of Bieber, McKenzie, Quantrill. Plesac, 5. It's not a
Okay.
bad rotation. Can they come to form? Can they succeed? Will there be another postseason at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario?
Wait,
All
who
of
else are
those
you
are
missing?
the 5th
There's
starter, but I don't
well,
think it's
I mean,
listed.
how the hell am I? Savali? Savali.
I think it is Savale, but I don't even know if he's listed as the 5. I think
I was just gonna say I haven't heard his name all
I,
spring training, and you figure you would use him a little bit, right? So,
they've been using Connor Pilkington a lot more.
oh my God, Paulie's favorite. I hate that dude. It's like, no, I don't have any hate for any of my players, but I don't think he ever plays well. He never has a good damn game. And like I again always root for all my players to do good. Like I wish he would go out there and throw a no hitter. Would be great. I would love to sit there and watch their he just win. You see that? I would love, like I said, to go out there and watch a no hitter, but I don't know. He's also fresh still, huh?
You've got him under control for a longer period of time. That's a critical part of this game, whether you love or hate it. However much time you have on that contract is going to affect the decision-making process of the front office. It has to.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We got like a week left, huh?
March 30th at Seattle, going to be a great game. It'll be Shane Bieber going up against Luis Castillo. In fact, opening day, there are going to be a lot of great pitching matchups. I believe one of them is Max Scherzer versus Jacob deGrom. I know they're both starters. I don't have the list in front of me, my apologies, but there is a huge amount of great talent going on March 30th.
Who do the Yankees play?
Oh, shoot.
So
They
who do the
play
Astros play?
The Yankees play somebody weird.
Probably like the Rockies.
The Giants. The San
That is-
Francisco Giants.
It's not super weird.
It's just
Aren't the Giants like kind of okay? I can't remember.
they're not going to be much. They're still they have potential, and if they all click, it'll work. But going up against the Dodgers and the Padres in the same division, that's going to be a tough 1-2 punch to get around for sure.
It doesn't matter. It's Cleveland against the world.
Oh my God.
He's going farther this year. I can't wait.
Okay. How much further do you think they're going to go?
I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. I want to say hopefully to the semifinals, or I guess the semifinals. The last one, not the World Series, the DS.
The CS, the ALCS.
And see, I always get them confused. However, I'm scared if we make it that far that we're either going to get whooped or we're going to keep winning. And then we're either it's just dangerous water, I guess, once you get that far. I don't know. Because like I said, we took the Yankees. Did we take the Yankees to 7?
5.
5? Okay.
DSs are 5, CS and World Series is 7.
Okay, so we took them. We took them the distance. We took the Yankees the distance, and even the last game wasn't. You know what I mean? Like you say that and you shake your head like that, but I've said this more than one time. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it a little family friendly here, so I'm just gonna F the Yankees. Like we hate the Yankees around here. Like we do not like the Yankees.
We could actually make that on a shirt. Just put it on the back of Double Play CLE logo on the front, F the Yankees on the back.
You just say we don't like the Yankees.
No, I have to say F the Yankees. That's the definite thing that's in the group chat.
What is the second team you hate probably the most right now, currently?
I'm not a huge Dodger fan. But Houston's won 2 World Series, one of which is somewhat tainted.
And Yankees got their ass whooped. by Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as the young team we were last year, watching that unfold, I was okay with where we landed because I,
You're
I
like,
think I
I
would have
didn't have to
felt,
do it.
yeah, I feel like I would have felt a lot poopier if we would have went to the ALCS and then just got our asses handed to us. Like, yeah, you're not there yet, champ. Like the Yankees, I think were just a little overconfident for whatever reason. I'm sorry. Like I love this is my own team. I'm about to basically talk crap about, but you just got done barely scraping by the youngest team ever to make it to the playoffs. And we want Houston. Well, Houston chewed you up and spit you back out. So and then
That's fair. I did double check that matchup that I was talking about is actually Max Scherzer versus Sandy Alcantara, Mets at Marlins at Miami. It's the third time in history that a Cy Young winner and a previous Cy Young winner are going to go head to head on opening day. The most recent was Shane Bieber of Cleveland last year against Kansas City's Zach Greinke.
hey, no. Was that opening day or was that our opening day?
That was opening day in Kansas City.
Oh, I was not there for that.
No, you were not there for that. We were there for the San Francisco beating that we took.
Yeah, that was hopefully we lose opening day again this year.
No,
Because that sure as hell, or what is it? I'm sorry. What's the home field opening day called?
just the home opener.
Home opener. Okay. I hope we get our asses whooped on the home opener then, because we sure got whooped. That was not a fun game. That was a scary start to the season. I was
That
like,
was
boy,
rough.
if this is going to be what the games are, I changed my mind. I don't want to go. I'm not going to be a baseball fan anymore.
Jeez. Let's see here. Interesting note about Shane Bieber. He is only one opening day start away from tying Bob Feller and Gaylord Perry for the most in Cleveland baseball history. So congratulations to him. Just looking over some of the names and some of the games that are going to be coming up on March 30th. It's going to be a lot of great stuff. I think a lot of people should keep their eye on Cincinnati, the Pirates and Reds game. I know neither one of those teams are going to do much this year, but Mitch Keller versus Hunter Green is going to be a fantastic pitching matchup, and I hope everybody gets a chance to see those two youngsters lock horns on opening day. And of course, the Phillies at Texas. That's the Jacob deGrom against Aaron Nola. So that should be a very good game.
God, I really want to like the Pirates.
And our old friend Corey Kluber getting the opening day nod for the Boston Red Sox.
And the first pitch of the season. Wow, they must really like that guy.
He didn't do too bad. That's the best way to put it, I suppose.
He did bad enough when he ended their season. I was there for that one.
That's going to be his Boston debut, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even catch that. You buried the lead there. He's a Red Sox now?
Yeah.
He's their ace?
Well, he's their opening day starter.
That is shocking to me. Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, good. I like Kluber. I'm just talking smack. I've always liked Kluber. Me and Paul have gone back and forth about Kluber, and I've always been on his side. So I like the dude.
Not me.
I wouldn't say I love the dude. I did back then, but it's just I always love my players anyway, even when they mess up. I'm pretty forgiving. So
I thought you'd find this a little bit amusing as we wrap up our baseball discussion here on Double Play CLE. Ken Griffey Jr., one of my personal favorites of all time.
Oh, I already know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with it. You can tell everybody else.
Paid player on the Cincinnati Reds 2023 roster at $3.5 million. Somebody jumped over him. It's 4. I had to double check that. The two that I know for sure are Joey Votto and Will Myers. And I saw some back and forth conversation on social media about this. A lot of people are kind of flexing on the fact that this isn't an uncommon thing. Deferred money in sports is not an uncommon thing. We call this the Bobby Bonilla thing because every July, I believe it is, Bobby Bonilla gets paid like $9 or $10 million by the New York Mets, and he hasn't played for the New York Mets in 20 plus years.
Well, that's insane.
I just love Ken Griffey Jr. I genuinely believe he is one of the best things to happen to baseball during the 90s. And anytime I can celebrate Ken Griffey, I'm going to do it. Did you see the picture of Mike Trout watching Ken Griffey Jr. take batting practice for Team USA?
Yeah, I think I did.
It's amazing. Trout looks like a kid.
Hey, calm down over there. My cat's over here going crazy. Sorry.
That's okay.
There we go.
So, the Cavaliers are officially playoff bound. Your thoughts?
I was hoping you would slip up and say that they were still on the verge of playoffs. I was going to correct you.
No. That I typed that up about a week ago. He's referring to the notes that I send back to him, give him an idea of what we're going to discuss, even though I code them sometimes. Like one time back in the day, I actually did the first letter spelled out a word. It was the funniest thing. Funny to me anyway.
What do you mean? What are my thoughts? Because we're gonna have to wait and see. Because like I said, I believe it was the week before. I might have said it on here. It might have just been in one of our conversations. They don't play very well when it comes to any of the teams that are in the playoffs, or at least any of the teams that have high odds to win the finals. The Celtics, the Sixers. We still lose like to teams to Golden State, who are low in the rankings. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm losing my train of thought here. We always lose to the Nuggets every time we play them.
Once you get into the playoffs, it resets. It's a whole new ball game, especially with this play-in tournament. Anything can happen. And if you catch the right teams at the right time and you're just hot, you can win it all.
I don't think we have enough pieces. I personally, we need someone. We have Donovan Mitchell, who, in my opinion, is kind of streaky. And then who's next after him? Darius Garland?
Darius Garland would probably be next, then Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen.
You would say Evan Mobley's third? See, I bet you there'd be a lot of argument there.
He's been really hot recently.
I'd probably say he's third. But Isaac Okoro, he was the one who hit the game winner the other day. I don't know. That one's rough. I don't see us getting that far, unfortunately. I don't know. I also didn't see us winning the championships when we went down 3-1. So,
not too many people did.
Anything's possible. I think we're young. I think we need someone else to complement Donovan Mitchell, especially scoring wise, because I think Garland's a little too inconsistent. Like you said, we only seen two games, one game. Did we play just one last year and then lost and we were out?
Yeah, we were in the play-in tournament, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, so then again, there's a lot to see still. A lot to see how you said how they do play in the playoffs and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I think that's the best way to put it is I'm just excited, ready to see what happens, and we're just going to have to watch and see.
The first Cavaliers team to make the playoffs without LeBron James since 1998.
What? This team or
this
the team last year?
This team, technically, I guess that doesn't count as the playoffs. It's the play-in. I don't know.
Where did you get that as a stat?
Yes.
So that really doesn't. I've been wondering. So they don't count that as the playoffs, huh? Okay.
No. You play in to play off.
All right.
Since you're a huge LeBron James fan, I had to get your thoughts on this quote from Gilbert Arenas on LeBron James. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I'm going to read it to you. Okay, bud? Now, remember, this is Gilbert Arenas on social media. I believe it's on his Twitter at Gills Arena. Quote, did anyone fear Magic? No. Did anyone fear Stockton or Malone? No. No one feared Tim Duncan. Jordan was feared. AI was feared. Kobe was feared. LeBron is an all-around player. I'm not afraid of a guy who's going to give me 29, 9, and 9. I'm afraid of a man who's going to go for 60 if I'm not careful. End quote. What do you think about that? Should LeBron be feared?
LeBron is feared.
Not by Gilbert Arenas.
Fears who's Gilbert Arenas?
Former Washington Wizard.
Who?
The Washington Wizards.
I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. I don't think LeBron gives a shit either. Probably not. I'm assuming he doesn't.
He doesn't seem to.
I mean, I don't I've seen that going around. There's been a lot of people arguing about it and stuff like that. I think it's all talk. Of course, if you're going to ask anyone if they're afraid of anyone, they're going to tell you no. You ask any basketball player, if you ask basketball player A if they're scared of basketball player B, they're going to tell you no every single time. So, I mean, yeah, every single time. Unless you have like an actual honest player who's going to tell you he's scared of every single player. LeBron's never scored 60?
I don't think so. I think that's what makes him breaking the all-time scoring record that much more impressive, is that he's really not been
I know he scored 50, and I know he scored 40 on his road to winning.
He's ever scored 60.
I'm pretty sure he has. It's like, I don't know actually. But that's 60 sounds a little easy for LeBron, to be honest, but I don't know. But I know he's scored 50, and I know he's scored 40, like I said, in back-to-back playoff games. Well, maybe not back-to-back. Let me not say that and have someone come at me. He's never done that.
I'm sure there's enough things that we've screwed up on that they'll just be like, I don't know about that.
See, this is why we need to be live, so the people on here can tell us if we're wrong or right.
Well, maybe someday I'll get that figured out, okay? All right. So, interesting development coming out of the NFL. Thursday Night Football flex games. And this could go into effect as early as the upcoming 2023 season. The idea being, if the plan passes the NFL owners meeting next week, the NFL would be permitted to shift Sunday afternoon games to Thursday nights for weeks 14, 15, 16, and 17, with only a 15 days notice. The league would also be permitted to schedule teams for Thursday night games after a previous Sunday game on 2 occasions. Currently, a team can only play 1 game on Thursday night after playing a Sunday night game. This is a league that has been putting out new rules under the guise of player safety, right? How is that safe for the player?
Which part?
Any part of it. Short week is absolutely miserable for the players. We've heard that from a number of
it's not. They don't care about the players. These are just about ratings and stuff like this.
Well, 100%. They're trying to get rid of those games where it's 2 losing teams on Thursday Night Football, and Al Michaels is sitting there like the drunk old grandfather going, well, back in my day, they used to hit harder. They don't hit hard anymore.
I mean, at the end of the day, it boils down to what I think a lot of problems boil down to nowadays. It's people need to shut up. People complain about those games. So, of course, they're going to do this. So, at the end of the day, whose fault is it? Yours for complaining. That's the bottom line.
Just looking at the numbers here, Amazon's first season of Thursday Night Football had an average viewership of 9.6 million, which sounds like a great number, right?
I was going to ask because I know they can be tricky.
It's down 46% from the previous season when it was on Fox and the NFL Network.
Oh, Thursday
Mm-hmm.
specifically. Yeah, because their dumbasses did that where you have to have, if you are a football fan and want to watch the football games, you have to own like 6 different streaming services. Like,
Paramount,
um,
Peacock,
it's the same thing when I was
Fox.
looking up like the league pass for basketball. And it's like, oh, if this game or this game, it's like, well, you know what the hell? There isn't a service from the NFL or the NBA that I can buy through them to watch every single one of their games. It's ridiculous. But alas,
It's the same problem that Major League Baseball has. These blackout rules that have been in place that are archaic and need to go away are causing problems with the streaming options. Now, granted, a lot of the Cavs games, in fact, I'm pretty sure almost every game that's not on national is on Bally Sports Ohio. So if you have the Bally Sports app and you subscribe to that, you can watch those games there. But the NFL puts all their stuff on the NFL app, NFL Plus, I think they're calling it now. Major League Baseball, with the ridiculous blackouts, has put their games in a lot of different formats. They're on Apple Plus, which apparently now that's going to require a subscription for 2023. I'm not going to watch a single Apple Plus game on Friday night now. I have no interest in subscribing to Apple Plus. There's nothing else there for me. Peacock is doing their morning baseball. That's going to be at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings, most Sunday mornings. That doesn't appeal to me. It just doesn't. If I want to watch a game, I want to watch a game on my phone or my tablet. Generally not watching it on TV anymore.
oh, I watched it on TV.
But you stream it. But you still stream it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because you're using Hulu or you're using Peacock or whatever is the app of the day.
Hulu has live sports.
Oh, good Lord. So I know you're not a hockey fan.
No, I'm about to be way less of a hockey fan. Because hockey fans, well, what are you going to go with?
So the big story coming out of the NHL this week is the fact that Adidas will no longer be making their uniforms. Instead, Fanatics is going to take that over starting in 2024. And hockey fans are in an uproar over this decision. I'm not going to ask you about Fanatics in terms of the hockey side of things because I know realistically you've probably watched about as many hockey games as you have, I don't know, boxing matches. I'd say that's a fair trade, right? But what I will ask you is this. Fanatics now has the licensing rights for Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NBA, NASCAR, the NHL, the WNBA, and WWE. Isn't that a monopoly?
I don't. Sure.
Isn't the whole point of breaking up monopolies so that this type of thing doesn't happen where one industry leader can set the market?
Well, who else? I guess.
Adidas
I
couldn't be
don't know
competitive.
where you're going with this.
I'm saying that something needs to be done about Fanatics. This is not going to be beneficial to the consumer. The price of merchandise for these entities has skyrocketed. A t-shirt should not be $35.99 online. I get that it's $35.99 at the team shops because part of the experience is buying it there as part of your day. Oh man, I had a great game. I want to get something to remember this game by. I get that. But if I am paying you to ship it to me, I'm already having to pay you the shipping cost on top of the price that you're sticking me with. This is ridiculous.
I think they're just charging you the same price that the MLB shop's charging you.
That's the thing. The MLB shop is run by Fanatics. Fanatics owns all of this now.
Or, well, not MLB shop, but any of the shops. It's just the same price. NFL.com or Fanatics. Usually it is.
Because Fanatics is just basically using MLBshop.com as a front. It's Fanatics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's worth even going a little bit further. There are fans who are buying their merchandise at JCPenney and other outlet stores like that. Fanatics supplies those, and Fanatics runs that portion of their website.
Of whose website?
Like JCPenney. If you go to JCPenney right now and look up sports merchandise, it will route you to the JCP fan shop, which is a front for Fanatics.
Oh, okay.
In fact, you can go to this. You can go to each one of those three websites, MLBshop.com, Fanatics, and the JCP site, and find the exact same merchandise at the exact same price.
Well, yeah, it's all the same thing.
It's the exact same product. It's the exact same experience. And maybe I harbor some ill will because Fanatics bought Topps Trading Card Company and has kind of bastardized it.
Well, I personally, I see it as an issue, another common issue of what are you going to do?
That's fair.
I hate that for that to be the answer, but you're telling me all this, and I'm like, well, I mean, okay, unless you and I want to start printing shirts, it looks like we're paying $35 for a shirt, whether we like it or not, if we want one. I mean, that sucks, but it also just kind of comes with inflation. I mean, arguably $35 for a branded shirt isn't that bad of a price. And adding that into inflation, so take $10 off of it, and it would have been $25 last year, the year before. I don't think it's that bad. I think the hoodies and crap are worse. $100 and so for a hoodie.
100% agree. But my concern is it's 35 now. Next year it's 45. Then it's 55. Then it's 65. And we have no way of stopping this. Fanatics feels to be like Ticketmaster, where we're just screwed until somebody gets really pissed off that has a lot of power and comes down with, well, the hammer.
Who screwed Ticketmaster?
Most recently, Taylor Swift fans were pretty pissed off. Various K-pop fans have dealt with a backlash of Ticketmaster.
Oh, yikes! I didn't know that.
Ticketmaster has not made friends in Congress for sure.
Ticketmaster sucks. StubHub and SeatGeek, that's where it's at.
I think SeatGeek actually sponsors Believe Live Media, by the way.
SeatGeek should sponsor us.
I'm pretty sure they do. So it might even be like, I don't know, up here somewhere above us, because I'm sure there's logos and stuff like that up there.
I forgot. I was like, no, there's not. They're not there right now. Right.
It's the magic of production, yes. Part of the reason I can't figure out how to get us live.
And we're not live.
So we would be remiss if we didn't briefly mention.
You notice how it keeps green screening my arm?
Yeah, I have noticed that. It's kind of funny.
It's because this is the one with the tattoos. It's not doing it to this one, you see?
Maybe that's just one of the drawbacks of having so many tattoos.
It thinks my arm is a cartoon. Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
A cartoon?
Well, not a cartoon, but look, it brings it in and brings it out. All right, go on.
If you were a cartoon, what would be your super special cartoon only thing that you could do?
Die. I'd be like Kenny.
I don't have words for that. So
that would be. Could you see? It sounds funny, but could you imagine that superpower?
The superpower of death.
Yeah, but in terms, I could never die. It just meant that day, that episode was over for me for the day.
You wake up the next morning, you're like, oh, thank God that's over with. Oh man, I'm gonna die again today.
I don't have to die. He doesn't always die. Which is also true. I don't have to die. That's another plus. It would be a lot worse if like I had to die.
Cartoon
have to.
existentialism at its finest here, ladies and gentlemen.
You're like, oh my God, I made it the whole day without dying. Time to go throw myself off the freaking
Boom.
house.
Bus or something like that just takes you out. This is some Final Destination.
Yeah, I mean, then I could explain what happens to you when you die. You know how like helpful. What's the word I'm looking for? Helpful is not the word. I mean, it is, but I was thinking of it like a synonym for it. But
Beneficial.
helpful. Yeah, there you go. Beneficial to the ecosystem.
Your repeated death would be?
I mean, it would be though too if my body stayed.
Oh my God. Okay. So what I was trying to get at here is that WrestleMania is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, live on Peacock, streaming in the United States on the WWE Network internationally. That is still a thing, by the way, internationally. Not all countries still have to deal with this Peacock nonsense. While we're not the wrestling experts, we will definitely leave that to the Pile Driver boys. Check them out every Monday. I know they have a special guest lined up in the next couple weeks. They might have a special guest on their next episode. Who knows? They're always trying to get special guests. Their most recent episode that's coming up is going to be about AIW and Mega Championship Wrestling and the two big events they went to. So definitely check them out. The Pile Driver Podcast. But back to Double Play CLE, WrestleMania. What is one thing that you want to see this weekend at WrestleMania?
Sami Zayn as the WWE champion.
It's not going to happen, bro.
Then they effed up. I don't know what to tell you. They ruined it.
We do have the Tag Team
WWE
Championship match. It will be the Usos defending against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's WrestleZania and KO Mania.
Yeah, because if KO turns on Sami Zayn or something dumb like that,
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm definitely just over it.
If it were Vince McMahon booking, that's exactly what would have happened. But I have faith in Triple H. I have faith in him to listen to the fans and go, okay.
If he had
this needs to be a Sami Zayn
listen to the fans, Sami Zayn would have won the belt.
Well, I read somewhere, what was it? Might have been Forbes or something like that. An article that they were talking about how they're changing the model of the premium live event. They want to make it more of a spectacle and showcase the company in a unique way in each location. You might have noticed that the SummerSlam logo has been updated for Detroit, Michigan in August. It looks a bit more chrome and a bit more Motor City, has more of a car vibe. That's going to be the case, apparently, with a lot of the PLEs going forward. WrestleMania, this thing looks like a huge mega event, not that it never has. I don't know if you've seen any of the leaked pictures of the stage setup as they're trying to build it. It looks like it's going to be spectacular in SoFi Stadium. This WrestleMania is the first Triple H WrestleMania. It's gotta go hard here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think wrestling is kind of starting to fall out a little bit, so it's a little tougher to keep it so prevalent and relevant. I guess is more the word I was looking for. But we'll see. We'll see what stops he can pull out. Are there any gimmicks, or I guess I should say stipulations? I haven't really heard of anything crazy.
Hell in a Cell is returning to WrestleMania.
I was just gonna say there's a Hell in a Cell. I did hear that.
Edge versus Finn Balor. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to cover this before WrestleMania. I know we've discussed possibly linking up with the Pile Driver Boys and doing something, but I want to get your prediction. The main event on WrestleMania Sunday, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns defends against the American Nightmare, the 2023 Royal Rumble winner, Cody Rhodes. Who you got?
Sami Zayn.
Stop that.
I think Sami Zayn finds his way into that match.
How?
Listen to me. You know why? Because at the end of the day, it can protect Roman.
I'm not going to argue that point. Roman hasn't taken a pinfall loss in like 1,000 days. It's absolutely absurd.
And truth be told, I think that's a bigger reason than Sami Zayn winning.
So you're suggesting Sami Zayn win by pinning Cody Rhodes?
Yes. Oh, obviously. And, everyone and their mom could tell you if somehow, some way, it became a triple threat match. That is the final outcome. Am I wrong?
Okay, that's fair. But let's work off of what we currently have in front of us, which is a Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns match.
No,
No
I
Sami
don't
Zayn.
want to. I don't want to pick because that's why I don't. That's what's the problem is with WWE right now. That is the whole problem with WWE right now. Everyone's so excited that Triple H is in charge and stuff, and I was too, until we've known what the result of WrestleMania was since freaking 7-8 months ago, and we've known the whole damn road to get here, and it's been boring as shit, with the exception of one wrestler. He's the one that deserves that title. That's it. That's what I have to say.
So
Other than that, if
you would rather
if it has nothing to do with that, then it's the same result we think it's gonna. We've thought it's gonna be for the past 8 months.
okay, but if you're assuming that Cody Rhodes is going to win and end the 900 plus day reign of Roman Reigns, which is what it sounds like you're predicting here,
Right.
that opens up a whole fresh set of matches and opportunities. I'm
Boring.
all for it. If Cody
Boring.
Rhodes, what if Cody Rhodes' first title defense is against Gunther?
See, and this is exactly what they want you to think, and that's I don't know how in the world any of this is even happening. Cody Rhodes went out on his own and just talked shit about WWE, and then they're like, "Oh, come on back, we'll make you champion." I blows my mind. I wouldn't let the dude be champion, but I mean, it's whatever.
He is in the top of the merch sales for WWE. He
I
has reached
I
that
mean,
next
okay then.
level. So it
I
doesn't seem
believe it.
like
I
it doesn't
believe
seem
it.
like you're
I
going
don't
to go.
disagree with you.
It doesn't seem like you're going to lose anything. If anything, you're going to gain something bigger with Cody Rhodes as champion because Cody's going to be on TV every week. Roman Reigns has been sitting in God knows where, and the championship has disappeared from Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, does he not show up anymore?
I mean, recently he has, but if you look at the overall track record of his 900 plus day reign, he's probably appeared on less than 52 episodes of Raw and SmackDown combined. That's a year's worth of programming just there.
Well,
The
isn't that
championship has
just yeah? But isn't that kind of the point? Like you don't bring it out. You don't bring your trophy out every single time. Like
the
I don't
championship
know.
loses value every second that it's not on TV. Out of sight, out of mind. That is a clear problem in professional wrestling. When it disappears, you forget all about it. Like, for example, how many people have noticed that Matt Riddle, has been gone from WWE TV,
I feel like a lot of people have,
but nobody's
but
talking
I don't
about it?
know. Well, because we all know why he's gone.
Well, he's
So
healthy
what are we
now. He's
supposed to do?
cleared. It's
He
just some
wasn't
food for
injured.
thought. What are you playing with there?
A Lego.
Of course. My God.
It was just what was on the table. Fidgeting. Fidgeting.
I'm excited for WrestleMania. I'm excited to see what happens. There's a lot of question marks. Not so much the matches, but the results. And that always makes for a good show. When you can't necessarily predict what's going to happen, that makes it more fun.
That's true. It's part of the art.
And Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns aside, I look at this card and there's only a couple matches that I genuinely feel comfortable predicting. Bianca Belair and Asuka, for one. I really feel like Asuka's just going to tear Bianca apart.
Yeah, you say that every time. And then what happens?
Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair.
That might actually be true this time, though.
It does seem like Rhea Ripley is going to get her redemption on Charlotte Flair, even though that makes absolutely no sense because Charlotte's the good guy and Rhea's the bad guy. But beyond that, it's a crapshoot. You really look at some of these matches and have to kind of double take. I don't know who's going to win that Hell in a Cell match.
Who's Gunther wrestling?
Gunther is wrestling he's actually defending the Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat. This is the only championship Sheamus has never won in his entire WWE career.
He's not going to win it. Sheamus? I mean, I like Sheamus, but
Sheamus
I don't think they let him win it. They might actually, because Gunther's had that he's had it for how long?
He is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of the 21st century.
Good for him.
It is. The Intercontinental Championship has been kind of a punchline to a bad joke in WWE for the last 15, 20 years. So to see it reach the prominence that it is now with Gunther,
I'm sorry, are you not a Miz fan?
I am a Miz fan. But even when Miz held it, he was considered a joke. It's just the facts. Nobody's even come close to the Honky Tonk Man's record until Gunther. And Gunther is going out there and he's just beating the hell out of people. Sounds like the worker's title to me.
Yeah. Whatever. I like Gunther too. I enjoy that.
Sheamus wins. I really do hope Sheamus wins. That would be a really cool moment for him at WrestleMania with his best
Drew
friend.
McIntyre?
Yeah, his best friend, Drew McIntyre. At one point, they were potential
That's going to be
contenders
a
for the tag team
banger.
championship. It's going to be absolutely a banger. And I can't wait to watch that. And the match that is going to kick off the entire WrestleMania event, night one's opener. The United States champion, Austin Theory, defends against John Cena.
John Cena had to get his match done and over with first.
It does seem that way.
Back to that Intercontinental Championship, because that match is going to be boring. That's going to be a 10-minute match, not even.
You don't think John Cena can go anymore?
Didn't he say he couldn't go anymore?
He questioned how many more he has in. Let's put it that way.
I thought he said he couldn't go anymore. That Intercontinental Triple Threat's going to be a banger, just like every other Intercontinental Triple Threat. Just like, so they just took the one from, what was it, 2-3 years ago, that featured like the three best like medium guys, and now it's just the three best, like, well, not best, but you know what I'm saying, really good big guys. Because it was who? Finn Balor, The Miz, and Seth Rollins, and that was fire. Then not only that, that's a triple threat, so we'll get like some tables or something like that too, hopefully.
I don't see tables coming into play. I think
Well, I said tables. I just meant like some type of weapon or something like that, I'm sure.
I don't think you need weapons for those three. Those three can just
No, but it's just
destroy.
it's like that's not what I mean. I don't mean like they're going out of the ring to go get a chair. I mean, like, they're going to get tossed out of the ring and they're going to do some tussling, and one of them's going to fall in the championship and pick it up and hit the other one with it. Like, one of those things. Not like they're going to win by weapon shot, or they're going to beat their ass with a chair or something like that. Then again, who knows? Someone will definitely go through the announcer table during that match, though, for sure.
Poor Michael Cole, who is calling his
For sure.
22nd WrestleMania this weekend. Another big match just added to the card on SmackDown this past Friday night. Rey Mysterio will, in fact, face his son, Dominic Mysterio. The last time WrestleMania was in Hollywood, WrestleMania 21, Rey Mysterio faced Eddie Guerrero. Los Angeles is getting spoiled by Rey Mysterio WrestleMania matches.
Is that his farewell match?
It would make sense, but it appears that Rey Mysterio will not be retiring after this match.
Until he gets beat and says, I'm retiring. Which will make it more scary that he does that. I don't know.
But again,
I
WrestleMania.
guess we'll find out.
WrestleMania this Saturday and Sunday, April the 1st and April the 2nd. You can stream that on Peacock. Also, check out SmackDown this coming Friday. It's a special WrestleMania edition of SmackDown from the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California, featuring the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I don't even know what to say. We have 29 participants in that matchup, and it looks like Bobby Lashley will probably win that thing.
What's wrong with Bobby Lashley?
Well, he was originally scheduled to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, and now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And Bray Wyatt is kind of disappeared.
Oh, did he get hurt or something?
He has an undisclosed condition.
What does that mean?
That's a very good question.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. That sucks. That sucks for Bobby Lashley.
And also Friday night, immediately following
I didn't know that.
SmackDown. Immediately following SmackDown on Peacock, the WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony will stream on Peacock, headlined by Rey Mysterio, but also
he's retiring.
Also featuring the great Muta and comedy legend and one of the greatest bad guys in wrestling history, Andy Kaufman. There should be at least one or two more announcements in the next few days, I would imagine. This is one of the better Hall of Fame classes we've had in a while.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio, I guess, is a big one. Although, I don't know about, how long is a while for you? Because I don't know about that.
I would say in the
last year's was pretty nice.
I'd say in the last 5 or 6 years, this has been the best one.
Do you think that's better than last year's?
Yeah. I don't like a large Hall of Fame class. I like it to be kind of small. I would like no more than 4 to 5.
I'm still shocked about Bray Wyatt. I mean, yeah, I don't really care too much about WWE Hall of Fame. There's nothing more to it, but then, hey, you're in, and there's no criteria or nothing like that. So it's all cool, but
we don't even know who makes the decisions.
Vince.
Well, he used to.
Well, he's back.
In a supervisory and sales position. He is not part of creative in any way, shape, and form.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that, bub.
Hey, I hope he gets involved in creative because then he goes to jail because he'll be breaking the law. And the SEC doesn't mess around. But that's a whole other problem.
Keep telling yourself that, bub.
Hey, he can't dodge it forever.
Well,
before we go tonight, we have a segment that we kind of started last week that I had a lot of fun with and I think is pretty solid. So let's bring it back. Haven't come up with a title for it yet, but we're just calling it Your Favorite. And this week, I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite takeout food?
I thought you were going to ask me Pop-Tart.
I thought about it, but it was too on the nose there.
As in Chinese?
Like any takeout food.
What's takeout?
You
It's
go
Chinese,
pick up,
right?
yeah, you go to the restaurant and pick up the food. Like if you go to get a pizza or if you go to get Chinese food, takeout food.
I don't take out. That's too much work.
Oh my God. Okay,
We'll just
fine.
go.
Your
We'll go
favorite
Chinese.
delivery.
My favorite delivery.
Yeah, your favorite delivery food. I guess that would fall into the same category.
Well, they deliver everything now. We'll go back to Chinese. You got to think these questions through.
No, I don't. It's more interesting to watch you kind of go, I don't know, and then try to figure it out.
It's definitely, I guess, sweet and sour chicken.
Ooh,
Although I
okay.
really like, although I really like lo mein noodles. But it depends on the place because you can get some crappy lo mein noodles. So I guess I'll go with sweet and sour chicken. Final answer.
Sweet and sour chicken. I'm a big fan of the house fried rice whenever I go to a Chinese restaurant or have it
Yeah,
delivered.
see, I don't know the way Chinese restaurants do like pork fried rice, chicken fried rice. Bleh. Like a regular fried rice is pretty good if it's fresh, but not
So
usually.
you're
I just
saying
usually
you
get white rice
really?
when I take out. Yes.
I'm genuinely curious if you're the only one on that one because I've always gotten fried rice. I can't think of a single time where I got white rice.
Oh, I like fried rice. And I'm like, if I go to the one in the mall, I'll get fried rice. But if I'm doing takeout, I'm gonna get white rice.
Yeah, if you go to the one in the mall, you're getting teriyaki,
Yeah,
and that's also Japanese.
right.
How many more people do we want to offend tonight?
Well, no, I'm just saying like that's a different type of meal. And it's a different type of rice. That's why I'm saying I'll get fried rice when I go there.
All right, fair enough. Before we get out of here tonight, any closing thoughts on what has been another exciting episode of Double Play CLE here on Believe Land Media LLC?
Well, I've had a good couple of times these last two episodes, like my new Pop Tart.
I still can't believe you went with a wild berry Pop Tart as your backup.
I ate like 5-10 minutes before we started this, and remind me to never do that again. And if you don't know why, figure it out.
You usually do that about an hour and a half to 2 hours before.
Yeah, I'm hurting right now. So with
Yeah.
that being said, I love y'all.
That's how we're gonna end it. Holy crap! All right, I kind of want to keep it going now just to be mean, but all right, guys. For Jay, I'm Paul. We will see you again soon. I know we will not be part of doing a show next week because of WrestleMania week. We'll actually be together at your house for WrestleMania, as I recall correctly.
Or maybe we'll do Monday or something like that. I don't know.
We'll figure. Oh yeah, I am off Monday. We could do that. Well, damn.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out. And who knows? Keep an eye on the Double Play CLE social medias for future episodes. And thank you again to the sponsors here at Believe Land Media. I'm Paul. He's Jay. Good night, everybody.